Do you really wish you could give out Christmas bonuses to your team members? Well, you have to plan for it. You can absolutely make it happen as long as you plan for it. And how to do that is this week's Planning for Profit Minute. Let's jump into the software a little bit and show you how you can make this happen. Now, again, that expense, just like any other, is just something we have to plan for. So we can build that into our model, whether it's Christmas gifts or Christmas bonuses, whatever that dollar amount is. Now, go through and make it basically your best guess as far as how much you would like to give. Let's say when I look at my entire team, I'm hoping to have a total of $10,000 in gifts that I'm going to give to my team this year. Well, something's got to pay for that. And everything you have comes from the customer. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build that into my pricing. Now, let's say it's January and we're going to do it throughout the course of the whole year. Great, that makes it easy. But you could say, well, wait a minute, it's already September and we haven't started it yet. Well, the only difference is now we spread it across fewer number of months. That's it, right? But we can still plan for it. And so the way that we make that happen is if I'm hoping for $10,000 in total gifts that I'm going to give to my team, that's what I'm planning on. Remember, this will go on their payroll, which means you also have the company matching taxes that you have to add into there as well. So the way that I would figure that out is I'm first going to click on my model, and you can click right here on the business or the model name, in my case, Standard Business Model for 2024. And so when I click on that, it's going to open up and show me what my company matching taxes are for this year. And so I can see that my Social Security is 6.2, my Medicare is 1.45, the federal is 0.8, and my state unemployment is 3%. Those are the company matching taxes that I have to pay. And so when I add up those couple of numbers, I'll simply add up the 6.2 plus 1.45 plus 0.8 plus 3%. That means 11.45% is the total of my company matching taxes, which means I need to add that to the $10,000 that I'm hoping to pay out to my team, so I've got the money built in there for that. Now, to make that happen, I'll simply take my $10,000 divided by the reciprocal, right? So it's 11.47%. I'm going to say 80 or 0.87 divisor is what I'm going to put in there. So $10,000 divided by 0.87, right? It means I need to put aside or build in $11,495 into my model, right? So we've got that math in place. So then how do we enter it into the model, right? That's how we calculate what we need. Now I'm simply going to go into cost input, and I'm going to go into my fixed overhead expense. And all I need to do is add in a new expense here, just like I would any other expense. Add a fixed expense. This is going to be Christmas bonuses. I'm going to put it aside monthly, right? And in reality, this is when we're going to pay it out, right? So I could say it's going to be manual and we're going to pay it out in December, right? We could do that. But again, right now I'm simply going to say it's, yeah, we'll pay it out in December. We can do it, keep it that way because that covers all scenarios, right? And so at that point, we said our grand total was $11,495. We're going to build that in. And then how are we going to allocate that? Well, I'm going to allocate it based on all employees because that's who it's going to. Now, if you decided you're going to do this just for your leadership team or for a certain group of people, totally your choice. Right, so in my case, I've chosen to spreading it based on all employees. It's filled in my allocation amounts, and now I go ahead and accept that. We've just built that cost into our pricing, and so now when I look at my break-even rates in my company, that break-even rate that we've got now includes all my expenses plus another $11,495 so to have those dollars in there. Now, one of the other things that you'll want to do is if you put that in on a monthly basis, if that's where you're going to accrue those expenses, then I would always put in basically at the end of each month, put those dollars into a separate savings account so when December comes, you've got the money there for it. And that is this week's Planning for Profit Minute.